Hello, welcome back to A Sexy Confident Life. I am your host, Anna Renderer. I'm so pumped to talk about principle number 5. We have been going over my 10 life principles for designing a lifestyle that you freaking love. I want to emphasize that. 10 principles to design a lifestyle that you love. And these are things that I live by. I'm sharing 10 of mine because obviously, I've got more than 10 people, but these are my biggest principles that I live by. And in principle number 5, I want to talk about strength because there's a lot of people out there talking about weight loss, fat loss, getting abs, tightening their buns, all sorts of goals that really don't ever say, I want to get strong. I mean, there are a small group of people that might be thinking, I want to be stronger. I want to be able to carry my own groceries. I want to be able to hike that mountain. I want to be able to pick up my kids and throw them in the air. I want to be able to roll around and not get injured. I want to be able to run a 5K, or I want to be able to walk certain distances and be able to enjoy my life with more strength and vitality. And when I talk about strength, I'm not just talking about, oh, you know what? I really want to get my biceps up to this, level, and I want my hamstrings to be popping, and I want my glutes lifted. I'm talking about overall physical stamina and strength. You know what I mean? Because my principle behind this is to focus on strength over pounds. I know that there's a lot of people out there that do want to lose excess body fat. And I think that's important. I really do. And I know that you'll get there as a byproduct of trying to become stronger. When you think about your goals in the way that you're training or the way that you're eating or the way that you're living, your habits, your behaviors, and all the things that you're working for, if your focus is solely on moving the scale, moving the number on the scale, you're going to have a very frustrating journey. And it's not always going to feel rewarding. It's sometimes going to feel like you're limiting yourself, or that you're not good enough, or you're guilty about this and that. And your habits and behaviors that you're working on aren't resulting in really what you want. And what you do want is that vitality, that energy, that strength, that ability to perform in life and to be a strong woman, right? Nobody wants to be weak and fragile, not this day and age. No, my friends, we are powerful human beings. And when we have strength, we're capable of carrying out our mission at a greater level. So when you think about your goals, think about if you were to say, you know what, I don't care what happens with the scale. Screw it. I don't care what the number says. I'm throwing it out, which would be my ultimate dream for you, because I know people are obsessed with that number. They're obsessed with that movement, and they're always looking at it every day, maybe twice a day, maybe 3 times a day. And it doesn't dictate who you are. It doesn't dictate your worth. It doesn't dictate if you're doing well or you're doing bad. All it's doing is confusing you, and it is telling you what to do. It's telling you how to behave. You've got to then let that go, and you've got to say, you know what? I've got my goals. I know what I want. I'm going to start living into being that. And it doesn't matter what I weigh. I'm going to be this body, and I'm going to carry this body. And I tell you, ultimately, if your goal starts to shift, you start saying, what habits, behaviors, and things do I need to start doing in my life in order to get strong, in order to have more energy, in order to perform things in my life that make me feel vibrant and make me feel alive and powerful? What are the things that you would change right now in your life? If weight didn't matter, you were like, I just want to be stronger. I want to be able to carry my body better. I want to be able to do the things in my life that allow me to live more fully. What would you change? Would you eat like a bird and hardly exercise at all? Would you just limit your calories so that you wouldn't have to exercise that much? Or would you start nourishing your body with quality nutrients so that you could build a strong body, build strong bones and muscles, and have great posture so you can stand tall like a proud woman that you should be? Would you be exercising and lifting your body so that you are strong enough to carry yourself out of a situation, or to carry someone else out of a situation, or to be able to run a 5K or hike a mountain, or to perform or do things that you want to do? Are you living small? Just kind of worried about the scale, worrying about the vanity. How do I look? Do I have a little cellulite? Oh boy. But what is it that weight loss really means? It means that we have more energy. It means that we have more strength to carry our body. We're able to do more things. I want you to start thinking about what you do in your life to become a stronger person. And so that your activities, your behaviors, your mindset isn't so warped and wrapped around the numbers, right? But it's more so a result of you living your strongest and living into the strongest woman you can be. If you can't walk a mile or you can't run a mile, make that a goal. You should be able to do that, right? If we get back to the way that we used to live back in the day, hunter-gatherers, it's like you would hike and you would hunt and you would walk around and you would garden and do all sorts of things all day long using your physical strength. It's like, can you do stuff like that? Are you capable? Are you flexible enough? Are you injured? Are you sitting all day? Think about what you need to do in your life right now to become a stronger person. And I don't just mean tightening your butt and tightening your abs and getting biceps and, popping quads and, big, strong shoulders. I'm talking about just being strong. I know that when I have the ability to do things that most women don't, for instance, I can help carry a couch. I'm not saying you need to go and be able to carry a couch, but I can move furniture if I need to without hurting myself. I can help, my husband take heavy things in from the car from Costco. I feel like I can run at least a 5K or a 10K because I run a little. I'm not a long distance runner anymore, but I love to hike and I love to swim. Can you swim a mile? I can swim about a half a mile. And so it's these things that I think about in my life that I want to be able to do. I want to be strong enough to be able to do certain things and carry myself. I want to have a strong skeletal and muscular system so I'm not a weak old decrepit lady who has really bad posture and can't breathe anymore because her posture is so terrible. I don't want to get headaches because my neck and shoulders are so tight that I can't even, release those traps because all I do all day is hold my hands up here or carry book bags or whatnot. What do you need to do to become a stronger person? And if your focus is on strength, I guarantee you that the weight will come off too. But when we think about always restricting ourselves, limiting ourselves, and not thinking about the quality. Am I fueling myself as much as I need to? Why is it always take away versus give myself more? Because I guarantee you're not giving yourself too much quality nutrition if you're eating too much and gaining weight. You're probably eating too much of the stuff that doesn't give you the energy and the vitality and the strength that your body needs. Give yourself more of what is going to make you one of the most strong, sturdy, capable people on this planet, and be that role model. Show your friends that you're okay with the fact that you're not this 120-pound, 5'5" fitness trainer model. Okay? You're not doing the work that 5'5", 120-pound fitness trainer model's doing. Maybe that's not your career path. That's her career path. That's been my career path, right? That's my profile. because that's my job. So many people look at me, they're like, oh man, I wish I could, look like you or be as fit as you. I'm like, well, you want my job? Because it requires a lot and it's a lot of demand. Maybe you don't want that lifestyle, and that's okay. Be okay with who you are and be able to live your lifestyle the best way you can. Be okay with the way that you look and the way you feel. You're beautiful and you're strong and you're capable, and you've really got to adopt that and own it. Because you can't be like everybody else or anybody else. You are you. You are awesome. You just got to think about giving yourself more acceptance, more vitality, more energy, more strength, more love, all of that, because when you do, the weight comes off, my friends. I had this amazing conversation with someone in my Sexy Confident Woman Formula program right now, and two women actually said, one of the biggest takeaways from week 1, which is all about strength, it's all about improving strength and not worrying about the scale, not worrying about doing hard intensity exercise workouts every week. They said, Anna, my biggest takeaway was that I don't sleep enough. I emphasize these recovery habits in week 1. And one of them is the importance that sleep plays into our strength. In so many ways, I am going to give you a piece of valuable advice. If right now you feel like you got to give yourself harder workouts to lose weight, but you wake up every morning tired, dragging yourself out of bed, barely able to get up, you're doing yourself a disservice. You're not going to lose the weight. If you don't get enough sleep, the workouts don't mean anything. Your body is fighting you. It's trying to tell you, give me rest, woman. I need to recover, lady. You're making me drained. I'm going to burn out. And then you're not going to be able to do much at all. Don't drain your adrenal glands. Don't drain your mental and emotional and physical energy by avoiding the number 1 recovery habit that we all have to work on, and that is sleeping. So tomorrow, the next day, if you're not getting at least 7 hours of sleep and you're just getting up extra early to work out, I want you to sleep instead. I don't want you to get up extra early to work out. If your body is barely getting up because it's so tired, you either got to get to bed earlier or you got to sleep. Because you can't get better, you can't get stronger if you are deprived of the number 1 recovery habit that faces the world today. I mean, ask Ariana Huffington. She's like leading the research and the talks about the importance of sleep and how we are burning out because we are trying to take on so much. We're trying to lose weight. We're trying to be perfect. We're trying to get it all in, get it all done. But you know what? Your body can't be strong unless it has time to recover. So do yourself a favor for the next 2 weeks and start to replenish your recovery. Sleep, hydrate, move, stretch during the day, foam roll in front of the TV before you go to bed. But go to bed. Get rest. And when you start waking up with energy, that's when you can start adding the workouts. That's when you can go back to pushing your body. Because right now, maybe your body doesn't need to be pushed. It needs more recovery. It needs more quality nutrients. It needs less acidity. So you need to start taking out some of that toxic acidity in your body. And it all happens when you just start thinking about, how can I become stronger? Have more energy, feel more vibrant. This is a principle I live by. I listen to my body. When I'm tired, I sleep. I have a great routine. I hydrate, I eat quality foods. I replenish myself with superfoods every day. I have a recovery after I work out hard or intense. I stay regular on my sleep schedule. I foam roll, I stretch, I work out. But you know what? When my body's telling me it's done, I'm done. You've got to be more intentional and think about yourself, not think about the scale, not think about what your trainer's telling you to do, not thinking about what everybody else is telling you to do. What is your body telling you? You want to be a stronger person? You've got to listen. Take ownership of becoming one of the strongest women that you know in your life. Lead the way for the women that you know need your help too. And say, hey ladies, let's start recovering. Let's start giving ourselves more quality, more recovery, more of those good habits, because it will benefit you more than you know. When you feel good on the inside, you show it on the outside. So I hope today's podcast really hit home for some of you, and I hope you'll take some of my advice, start listening to your body, start going for strong. The pounds will come off, but it's not the focus. It's not the ultimate, everyday necessity that thing moves. It will move. You will get rid of the excess body fat your body doesn't need it. When you start giving your body what it does need, it releases what it doesn't need. And you want to remember that. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's podcast. I certainly did. And I will see you next time. Peace out, y'all.